everybody. Welcome. If you're from my TikTok, thank you. If you're from my Instagram, thank you. If you're randomly finding me just now on the internet, the algorithm worked, baby. You guys, here's the thing. Okay, everybody has like their thing. Everybody has their Roman Empire. My Roman Empire is fucking Vanderpump Rules, okay? I love Vanderpump Rules. You don't understand, okay? I'm an OG girly girl. If you know, you know. Okay, if you watch Sheena Shea walk her tiny little ass from Villa Blanca talking to Brandy Glanville all the way over to Sir, you're the real survivors of the Titanic, okay? You're real ones. So here's the thing. Welcome. This is my first ever like full-blown YouTube video, edited, everything by me, might I add. No one else is doing this because no one else has time to stare at me for fucking 3 hours. Couple house rules here. Equality matters, number one. We like to do constructive criticism here. We're not going to berate and harass people in my comment section. If you know, you know. TikTok girlies, you know, I'll bounce you in 2 seconds flat if you harass me or harass my followers. That's not how we roll. If you subscribe to me, I got your back, girl. Don't you worry, okay? Okay, I have controversial feelings, opinions, and thoughts about Vanderpump Rules. I always have, okay? I am a Lala Kent apologist, okay? If you follow me on TikTok, you know that is like one of my flaws in life. And I'm sorry. I love her. I think she's amazing. I think she's one of the best reality stars ever. And I think she's one of the best additions to a show other than the original cast, like, in a very, very, very long time. Okay, and if you don't like that, you can stay here. It's totally fine. And honestly, if you want to criticize me, you can. I've had full-blown lives where people have just sat here and basically like harassed me about loving Lala Kent, and it is what it is. Mind you, one of those lives, my husband was in that live also harassing me about Lala Kent. So I basically live in a hostile environment, but that's just me. So here's the thing. Season 11's about to come up, and I feel like in order to fully grasp it, we truly have to come back to season 2. One of, in my opinion, the best seasons of reality TV that was ever curated, created, everything. It is so unhinged, so well done. The psychotic mental breakdowns that are happening every single episode by Kristen Doty. Kristen Doty deserves an EGOT, okay? Controversial. Probably not the best person on the planet. Has she changed? I don't know. I don't know her, okay? But in my opinion, reality TV-wise, girl, give her the EGOT. She's a GOAT, you guys. Kristen Doty is a GOAT, okay? Now listen, I am fully aware. You don't have to tell me in the comment section below. I'm fully aware of the tragedies, of the controversials, of the bad things that these women have done and these men have done. I'm fully aware. Like, I'm not new. I didn't like jump on the season 10 bandwagon. Like, I'm an OG. I have been suffering for a decade, okay? So I'm fully aware that Kristen Doty got fired because of a racial incident, shall we say. I'm fully aware of that. You don't have to comment below. But I am going to talk about the person on the reality TV show. And that's just what we're going to do here. Okay, so season 2. Okay, why am I skipping season 1? Because I figure all of you have watched it by now. Like, if you haven't watched season 1 by now, after watching season 10, like, what are we doing here? Like, you just start a show from the 10th season? Like, that's not a real thing. So, like, you watched season 1 already. You probably already watched season 2, but season 2 has a lot to do with season 10 because all these breakups and makeups and scandals kind of already started in season 2. And again, in my opinion, season 2 is the best season of Vanderpump Rules other than season 10. Season 10, the reason why season 10 was so crazy, wild, and gooped and gagged and like psychotic behavior was because halfway through the season, we as the audience found out about this scandal, but on the actual television program, on the screens that we were watching, at the time that they taped it, they had no fucking clue what was going on, which is wild. We were living in an alternate universe. Doctor Who went and basically like voodooed all of us. It was great. It was one of the most unhinged moments of my life. It was like right now with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like that's my personality. Season 10 of Vanderpump Rules was literally my personality. Also, you guys, I have ADHD. So like every once in a while, I'm going to go on tangents and you're just going to have to accept that. This is one of those tangents. Please don't make remarks about the background of this place. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay. I'm a stay-at-home mom / stay-at-home work mom. I have a life. Okay. Don't judge me. So here's the thing. Let's talk about it. Main players. I'm going to like show them over here. So the main players are Stassi Schroeder, Jax Taylor. So Stassi Schroeder and Jax Taylor, they basically in season 1 were together at the beginning of the season. And then there was a breakup, and the whole breakup kind of worked around the thought process that Jax went to Vegas, hooked up with a girl, and got her pregnant while he was dating Stassi. So then they break up. Like a millisecond after they break up, Stassi hangs out with this guy named Frank, who is a load of poo-poo garbage. This man was disgusting. We'll talk about it later. It's sick and gross, the things that he did. So she starts hanging out with him, dating him or whatever. And then that was like a whole issue and a whole thing. And like the whole season was like, did Jax actually go to Vegas and actually get this girl pregnant? All the women basically were like, we hate Stassi. We're not talking to her. She's annoying. Like, we're going to listen to Jax, which is like the dumbest thing these women on this cast have literally ever done. And only to find out at the very end of the season, at the finale, we have been told, oh yeah, by the way, I did actually have sexual relations with that person and I did get her pregnant and we got an abortion. So what are we doing? This was season 1 of the show, you guys. Season 1. Nobody appreciates this show. Nobody truly understands that we were in the gutters of reality television, okay? Next relationship that happened is we have Katie and Schwartz. So Schwartz, he wasn't really in season 1 a lot. He like was around. He was like a background character. He didn't really become part of the cast until season 2. So Katie and Schwartz's relationship really wasn't on a microscope. We weren't really talking about them as a couple too much. They had a couple moments here and there. Schwartz like threw a drink on a girl's head, aka Stassi's head, and like there were some issues there, but it wasn't like a main focus. Later on in seasons, and as we have seen in season 10, they don't work out, guys. It's really fucking depressing. And honestly, if I'm being real right now, they shouldn't have worked out in season 1. They should have broke up like immediately. Red flags, like a bouquet of a room of red flags at that point. It was kind of wild. It was kind of crazy. Next relationship we have is the most dysfunctional relationship on reality television. Like, you can't get more dysfunctional than Kristen and Tom Sandoval. Okay, so if you hear me talking about Toms, I'm going to refer to them as Schwartz and Sandoval, so we know which one I'm talking about. So Sandoval, we started out liking him, and honestly, kind of feeling bad for him. Like, he literally cheated on Kristen, and we feel bad for him. It's kind of fucking crazy. Their relationship is so unhinged. It's so wild. And season 2, we get into the full-blown, we jumped into the deep end of the pool. And I mean like the Olympic style pool. Like, we are almost in the ocean, okay? We are drowning in their relationship. It is psychotic, the behavior that we are watching. It feels like we're at like in a therapy session at all times, and like you kind of like question your relationship and like your partner, and all of a sudden like hate your partner, and you started noticing things that he does that is the same as like Tom Sandoval and Kristen, and you're like, wait a minute, am I in a toxic relationship? And then you just start basically spiraling around your house all the time. It's kind of fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They are both horrible humans. Okay, let's be for real. Like, let's be for real. Season 2, and this is the thing, Kristen's even admitted that like she was horrible in these seasons. Like, absolutely wild. And so their relationship really takes a spotlight in season 2. Season 2 is literally in the entire season is about them. It is about their relationship. It is about how it basically went into the gutters, and we get to be in the, like, we're basically Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, we are fighting crime. We're fighting for our lives under the city of West Hollywood. Do you guys ever think that you're funny? I'm funny. I'm just going to say it, guys. I'm pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. I feel like sometimes I'm basically like a low budget Brittany Broski, which is like a wish Brittany Broski. Okay. Last couple, which they're not a couple, but last like pairing basically is Lisa Vanderpump and Sheena Shea. Also, I will be referring to Sheena Shea as Shishu because that is what Lala Kent calls her in a lot of seasons. That's like my favorite name to call Sheena is Shishu. I love Shishu. Now, here's the thing. Santa Maria, help us all. We all know this season of season 11, if you know, you know, is going to be the worst season for Sheena Shea, in my opinion. I think we're going to be having a Lisa Barlow season. I have said this on every social media platform that I have, that in my opinion, we are in Lisa Barlow hell level right now with Sheena. I'm scared for Sheena. This season of, so we basically start out season 1 with like everybody hates Sheena. Like everybody on the cast hates Sheena. And it's because like, oh, like she's like a dirty whore. Like we hate her. She's like, you know, hang out with Eddie Cibrian and blah, 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 and like Brandy and all that stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, we get it. Like basically, like in my opinion, I feel like Sheena was kind of like the gateway of like, oh my God, we have a connection from Beverly Hills to Vanderpump Rules. And there were like crossover episodes, which was really cool to see. You kind of get to see, it was very much like Downton Abbey, like rich people, poor people, rich people, poor people, top of house, bottom of house. Is that what it's called? That's not what it's called. But you know what I'm talking about, right? It was very much upstairs, downstairs. There you go. And so like, that's a really cool element. And like Sheena was kind of our gateway to that of like the upstairs, downstairs of it all. Yeah. So LVP and Sheena, how is their like little connection? Obviously we have like the show, duh. And we have like the restaurants. But Sheena is also best friends with Pandora, which is Lisa Vanderpump's daughter. Okay. So that's like the little relationship that we have there. So they end up hating Sheena season 1. And then Stassi gets her ass dumped by all of her friends because they believe Jax again, stupid, dumb, bad choices that we've made. Look back at that and you're just like, what was I thinking? And basically what ends up happening is Stassi and Sheena end up becoming like BFFs while the season was not airing. And that was like a whole thing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I love Sheena. She's so amazing. But let's be for real. Basically, the only reason why Stassi was friends with Sheena is because nobody would be friends with Stassi. Like, let's be honest. They're not friends now. They never got to be really friends after that. So connect the dots, girl. So at the end of the day, they became friends. And then season 2 rolls back around. Everybody wants to be friends with Stassi again. And season 2, Sheena is on the outs again. And Sheena is struggling. Sheena wants to be the girl so bad. Sheena wants to be friends with the girlies so bad. To a point that it's like embarrassing. Like secondhand embarrassment of like, holy shit, I cannot believe this woman wants to be friends with these girls so bad and they don't like her. Like viciously don't like her. There is an episode, which we will talk about, where Katie is so vicious to her. Why do you want to be friends with them? Why? And it's like, she kind of wants to be friends with Stassi because I think she kind of like wants to be that girl. Like Sheena wants to be the top bitch in charge. And when Stassi and Kristen leave seasons later, and by leave, I mean get fired, get fired seasons later, Sheena really thought she was going to be that girl. She thought she was going to be the leader of the pack. And then again, she's not the leader of the pack. She just isn't. And I've defended Sheena in many instances because I feel like the girls treated her so horribly and so awful. But she also like consistently chose the wrong side of the fence and will continue to be doing that apparently in season 11. So that's fun. Love that for her. So now that we have all the players, now that we kind of have the game, now we kind of understand where we are in season 2. So season 2, we start out with a double episode. We start out with the Beverly Hills Vanderpump Rules back-to-back episode, which was really cool and really fun. And something that I wish that they would do more of currently in current time. I wish that they would have like a back and forth. I have said, tangent, I have said on my platform, Tickety Talk, go follow me. TikTok. I have said that I thought it'd be really, really, really cool if they did a Below Deck spin-off season with Ultimate Girls Trip. If they did an Ultimate Girls Trip season with Below Deck and had Captain Jason, stop me right now. I will literally go on a tangent about how just delicious that man is. Have a whole season with Below Deck and Captain Jason and all the girlies, okay? And it's like, again, low, below deck, high on above the deck, and have a whole cast of housewives. And how freaking cool would that be? Like, bring me back to the double episodes, okay? That's what I want. I miss those episodes. Why are we not doing them anymore? It's psychotic. So anyways, we started with a double episode, and basically what's happening is Kyle Richards is having a party at her house, the original house, okay, the one that had all the white parties, that house, okay? If you know, you know. And she is trying to get with the whole like Chamber of Commerce of like Beverly Hills or some shit like that, or like West Hollywood. I don't know. It was stupid. It was dumb. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. And she's having the party, and basically she asked Lisa Vanderpump if she could have all the girlies to come over and cater the party. So the top dogs here, okay, we got Stassi, we got Katie, we got Jax, we got Tom, we got Shishu, we got the gang is all hanging out, okay, and they're having a chill. I'm not joking, bitch. 2 minutes into the episode, Kristen's already axed off. Kristen's already told to go away, brings booze with her, and just walks her skinny little ass away, and is already axed from the episode. And basically, Lisa Vanderpump's like, get the hell out of here, you disrespectful little girl. She leaves. So what we have left now is we have Tom Sandoval, we have Jax, we have Katie, and we have Sheena, and we have Stassi that are left at this party. So on the Beverly Hills side, we see the Chamber of Commerce party, we see all the ladies chit-chatting, we see all that fun stuff. But on the other side, we see the girlies and the boys passing little trays around, drinking drinks, getting hit on by Yolanda Foster. Tom Sandoval getting hit on by Yolanda Foster. Fascinating, interesting. And then we see this fun little scene of Brandi Glanville and Sheena having a little conversation. Now, if you know, you know, Sheena Shea banged Brandi Glanville's ex-husband while Brandi was pregnant and married to Eddie Cibrian. Eddie Cibrian at the time apparently was like some A-list star. Was he ever A-list? I have no goddamn clue. Is he on the Hallmark Channel? Is he on the Hallmark Channel all the time? He sure friggin' is. Did he have an affair with LeAnn Rimes? Lisa Rinna? LeAnn Rimes, guys. LeAnn Rimes. Not Lisa Rinna. Don't bring Lisa Rinna back. LeAnn Rimes, and like completely embarrassed the shit out of Brandi Glanville. Yeah, he did. He was a garbage person, okay? Nobody cares. So that's a whole like thing going on in the storyline. So Brandi and Sheena are sitting at like a little table bar area at Kyle's house. And basically Sheena's trying to be nice to Brandi. And Brandi's like, your teeth are gray. Your teeth are gray. Do you notice that your teeth are gray? And she's like, yeah, I know. My teeth are gray. Like, I had like a major tooth surgery. Like, it was crazy. And she's like, oh yeah, like what? Like, yeah, your like tooth is like gray. Like, you should. I know. Okay, I like major surgery. Like my two teeth like knocked out. It was like crazy. Like, oh my god, like it was wild. And she's like, oh okay. Sheena leaves. Brandi is talking to Kim and is like, she fucked my husband. I can talk about her gray tooth. Like I don't even care. Dude, you guys, this is in the first 5 minutes. We're already talking about gray teeth. Magic. Cinema magic. So then Sheena walks out and is like, Lisa Vanderpump's like, what's going on, darling? What's the problem? Do you think? Brandi was like meeting one of my gray tooth. Like it was like a surgery, like a major surgery. Like I was like, oh my god, it's like crazy. We lead into the major surgery is why Stassi and Sheena aren't friends right now. That's basically why they're not friends. Because Sheena had major mouth surgery. Okay? And Stassi did not text her, call her, or ask her how she was, or come see her. But you know who did? Jax did. Jax Taylor did? Interesting. Anyway, so then that goes back into Kyle's house. Sheena goes back into Kyle's house, and Stassi and her are talking, and Stassi was like, oh my god, if I would have known that not texting you about your goddamn tooth would have led to this conversation, I would have literally texted you, called you, sent carrier pigeons, and had a fucking parade outside your goddamn house. This is absolutely insane and ridiculous behavior. And she's like, it was a 6-hour surgery. I woke up 3 times. What? You woke up 3 times from a major mouth surgery? Anesthesia? Can we talk about that? What the hell happened? It was major teeth surgery, okay? Just so you know. Mind you, those gray teeth are just little falsies. She's getting real teeth later, okay? Do we ever really talk about the real teeth? I have no goddamn clue, but that's what happened, basically. That's why they're not friends. So that's a little catch-up this week on Glee. So that's kind of where we stand with Stassi and Sheena, okay? And so it's kind of like, we don't care. Obviously, Kristen, we have all these issues, all these problems. We already knew about this. So the rest of the season, that is a conversation that kind of goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's like, okay, are we friends with Sheena? Are we not friends with Sheena? Do we love Sheena? Do we not love Sheena? At one point, they go to Mexico, I think it was. someplace, Mexico. And Jax is like forcibly invited to this birthday party for Stassi. And as they're all getting into the vans to go to their hotel, they split up, the girls and the guys, and Sheena decides to go with the guys. And at one point, she said that she would rather have basically group sex with every single man and have a train run on her by all the men in the car. This is in front of her boyfriend, she says this, okay? Then be with those women. Not a good way to try to get back into graces with all of these women, okay? Might I add, that's a little wild, little crazy, and the fact that you said that in front of your boyfriend, questionable behavior, soon to be fiance, soon to be husband, soon to be ex-husband / pill popper. Interesting behaviors. So that's a whole back and forth the entire season. Another back and forth the entire season is Stassi and Jax. Will they, won't they? Will they, won't they? They won't, you guys. They're not going to, okay? Like, I don't know how you watch that season and are like, they're totally gonna get back together, guys. Like, I'm really rooting for them. No one's rooting for them. If you have like a brain cell, maybe at the time, maybe in like 2013, I was praying for this. I was like, oh my God, I hope they get together. Me, 2023 me, it's like, ew, don't get back together. What is wrong with you? Don't do this. So Stassi basically, like, I'm not even kidding you, like leads him on an entire season and is like, you get a tattoo of me? Sexy. We kissed a little bit at the chalet at my mom's house. Ooh, will they, won't they? They don't. And they're never going to ever again. They never get back together. Ever. Season 1, done and over with. They literally compared themselves to Ross and Rachel. I will not be there for you. Just saying. So then the last big issue of the season is the triangle that leads us to what I've been talking about with season 10. Okay, so we have Tom Sandoval, we have Kristen Doty. They are in a relationship. Okay, timeline here. In January, a scandal had happened. Nobody knew about it, but people had talked about it, but nobody knew about it, okay? We're going to pretend that this is a mystery item over here. In February, okay, Kristen Doty's birthday is on February 7th. 3 days after her 30th birthday, she found out that Tom Sandoval had cheated on her with a girl in Vegas. Vegas is a huge player in this goddamn universe of Vanderpump Rules. Massive player in the universe of Vanderpump Rules. Okay, huge. Then, like, literally, Vegas should have its own like tagline. I don't even know. Like, Vegas, every single season, something bad is happening in Vegas. That shouldn't be fucking happening in Vegas. It's psychotic. They need to stay away from Vegas. Lisa Vanderpump even references that season after season. Like, stop going to Vegas. Like, don't go to Vegas. Everything bad happens in Vegas. Every single guy on this cast has cheated on their spouse, their current spouse of the show, in Vegas. I'm not joking. Every single one of them. Okay? Jax, Sandoval, and Schwartz, all three of them have cheated on their spouses in Vegas. Vegas didn't ask for this, or did it? I mean, Vegas kind of does ask for it if you're asking me. So, 3 days after Kristen's 30th birthday, okay, she gets cheated on by Tom Sandoval. Okay? She finds out about this. It's like a whole fucking thing. It was multiple days. It wasn't just like a one-off thing. It was like 2 days of like him and this girl doing the deed, doing a bunch of nasty shit, being gross and awful. In season 3, Vegas girl shows up, makes a whole stink about a bunch of stuff. It's a literal whole fucking thing. Okay. So then later on down the road, we see in an episode that Katie gets belligerently drunk. We call her Tequila Katie, okay? Tequila Katie, we've all been Tequila Katie. If you went to college, you've been Tequila Katie. Like, let's like belligerently drunk, like telling truths left and right, telling scandals within your friend group, and like ruining lives. We've literally all been there, okay? And if you haven't been there, you must not have gone to college, or you didn't have a good time. I'm just saying, okay? So in this episode, Katie and her orange hair get belligerently drunk, blackout, rage drunk, okay? And start spitting truths left and right, talking about how Tom and Ariana hooked up and you don't even understand and blah, blah, blah. And she drops a bomb, okay? A bomb. that at one point, there was a time back in January, okay, a month before Kristen's birthday, in January, Kristen and Tom had gotten in a massive argument and a massive fight. Kristen left the apartment, which that apartment needs to be bleached, cleansed, and maybe have like some voodoo magic placed upon it. It's disgusting. Hazmat needs to go in and clean that goddamn apartment. I hope whoever lives in that apartment, I'm praying for you. So in January, they got in a huge fight and Kristen left the apartment. When Kristen left the apartment, where did she go? Did she go to Stassi's house? No. Did she go to Katie's house? No. She went to Jax's house. And everybody thought that was odd, but no one said anything. And they just kind of let it go. She stayed at Jax's house overnight. Why are you staying at your boyfriend's best friend's house? What's that about? Am I not saying that was actually not a house? It was a literal fucking closet. It was psychotic, full of Lisa Vanderpump's kitchenware inside of it. And so that all happens, okay? And Katie says, when that happened, guess what happened? They boned. And people were like, what? Losing their mind. Stassi let it go and let her be drunk, whatever. So then they go to Christina Kelly's apartment and have a side alley, side street, I don't even know what you call it, on the side of the goddamn West Hollywood Roads yard sale of their wares, okay? So they have this whole like little yard sale. Katie shows up crying, gives this whole speech of like, you hate me, and maybe you'll hate me, and eventually maybe you'll hate me. I can't believe I did this. Ugh, with her orange hair and her bun sticking out of the back of her head. Orange hair Katie like was going through it. Talk about red flags. We should have seen the signs. Her and Tom, doomed. Okay. And so then she comes up, she starts crying, blah, 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 walks away. Stassi walks across the street and is like, Katie, I need you to literally tell me everything that you know. I need the dirty down low details of what the hell happened. So basically what had happened was back in January, Jax and Kristen and Tom were like hanging out. Tom was asleep, okay? Sandoval was asleep in the other room. This happened at their apartment, at Kristen and Tom's apartment, okay? Tom was sleeping. The movie Drive did not ask for this, okay? Ryan Gosling doesn't want to be a part of this conversation. He doesn't care. He's like living his best life with Eva Mendes and his 2 children that no one knows about. Like everybody's like, no one asked for this, okay? But Drive got yanked into this, okay? Drive deserves an Oscar just for this shit, okay? So the movie Drive is playing, okay? And Tom Sandoval's in the bedroom, asleep, I believe hammered out of his mind, doing his thing. You know what's happening in the living room while he's asleep? Kristen Doty is going Jax Taylor, okay? Multiple times. They didn't even kiss. That was a whole thing. We'll talk about it in a minute. That was all happening. They did the dirty deed, okay? And they've done it twice. Not once. Twice. Okay? And so here's the thing. Deny, 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 deny. So Jax and Kristen have come up with this devious plan that they're going to deny it till kingdom motherfucking comes, okay? And Kristen like prepped Jax and was like, if I text you and I say anything about it, just assume that it's Stassi, because Kristen knows that Stassi's a wackadoo and will do something crazy, and was like, if anybody texts you about it, even if it's me, you fucking deny it. Don't say a damn thing about it. Deny, 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 deny. And Jax is like, okay, whatever you say. And because he's a loser, one night he got hammered and admitted it to another Katie on the staff. And that's how that kind of rumor blew up. And then Katie kind of like exploded and talked about it when she was hammered. Okay, are you with me right now? So here's the timeline. Okay, January, Jax and Kristen. February, okay, this is important. February, Tom Sandoval and the Vegas girl, okay? So what happens is we have this entire month's worth of bullshit where Kristen is like angry, mad, torturing Tom Sandoval. This is where we get to this whole like, we love Tom Sandoval. Oh my God, Kristen's horrible. I cannot believe this, okay? Is torturing Tom Sandoval. At one point they're at a party, I believe it was Pandora's and Sheena's, and one of the girls comes up to Kristen and Tom Sandoval and is like, hey, like, Kristen, I heard like you're going through like a really hard time. Like I heard like something happened with Tom. Tom walks up and Kristen goes, oh yeah, he completely cheated on me in Vegas and lied about it, and I found out about it. Would you like to say anything about that? And then walks away. Kristen's an icon. Fight me on that one, okay? And so that was like a whole thing, like torture, okay? Was torturing Tom, was giving him so much crap about this, was torturing everybody around him. They went to Stassi's mom's house, okay? Up in like mountain snow places, okay? And Tom Sandoval was like playing like a little concert that like no one cared about. It was giving Plaza. It was giving mall. Okay. It was giving mall. It was giving Six Flags bands. If you've been to Six Flags, if you've been to any like theme parks, you know the hell what I'm talking about right now. It was giving one of those type of bands where like they tried to be a band, but they weren't a band. Like apparently NSYNC was one of those kind of bands, but go figure. Okay. Look how that's turning out. Now they do Trolls songs and movies. Okay. Fun, rich behavior. Anyway. So at that, they were literally, she was torturing him. I was like, don't touch me. Don't say bye to me. Don't kiss me. Don't come near me. Oh my God. But at the same time, I was like literally shot over. The camera kept shooting over to her. And she was watching him and was like, it was wild. It was so crazy. If you know, you know, guys. If you know, you know. And I know some of you know, so I know you like understand what I'm talking about. It's so funny. I love Kristen Doty, even though she is a bad person. I love her. Okay. So here's the thing. That was torture. Okay. But then this whole thing with Jax comes out and everybody's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Stassi's like, this is true. Like this is 1000% fucking true. And everybody's like, I don't know, maybe. And Stassi's like, you know it's true, and you know it's true, and you know it's true. Lisa Vanderpump, she knows it's true. Katie, she knows it's true. Everybody knows it's true. No one's like shocked by this, okay? So then Stassi goes over to Tom and Kristen's apartment, okay? And it's like, I'm going to text Jax on your phone pretending I'm you. Well, little does she know, Kristen has already prepared her for this, has already prepared Jax for this. And it's like, damn it. We're not going to get to this. So here's the thing. She does a little texty text and she's like, oh my God. He doesn't know what you're talking about. He said, it's not true. But Stassi does this little fake cry scene and is like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, it's crazy. Like, oh my God. And Tom is like, oh my God, thank God. Like, thank God, bro. Thank God it's not real. Like, oh my God. Lies. Kristen prepped Jax. Okay. Wild behavior. Okay. So here's the thing. Stassi doesn't believe this shit. Stassi's like, I don't believe you, bro. Like, I still don't believe you. Something's not right. I know Kristen, and I know something is not right. And if we think about the timeline of all the situations that happened, something isn't right. So then Stassi decides that she's going to do some more investigating. And the investigating is basically picking at the weakest point of this whole scandal. And the weakest point is Jax Taylor. Jax is weak as fuck. Okay. If we're going to find anything out, we're going to go to Jax Taylor because Jax Taylor, for some reason, drinks truth serum every morning. And it's like, I must tell you the truth right now. And also, he's like super in love with Stassi. So Stassi basically like uses that against him because she's smart. Okay. So there's multiple times where Stassi basically seduces, I guess you could say. Seduces Tom Sandoval. No, seduces Jax. Wow. Seduces Jax. And at a brunch, drinking till you blackout brunch, like harasses him with Christina Kelly and is like, tell us the truth. He's like, it never happened. She's like, my sister. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, Jax, I really think you would bone your sister if you had the chance, but that's just me. Anyway, so then that whole situation happened. Harassing. Then finally, she got him to admit it. And then she decides that she is going to have everybody come to a dinner party, a little drinkity drink at a bar. They all circle around. This is top tier behavior, okay? Top tier reality TV villain behavior, okay? So they're at the area, they're hanging all out. Jax is there and it's like literal looks like he's wearing like a napkin. I don't know what the hell he was wearing, like some white thing. I'll put it over here. Some like white shirt. And he's like, we did it. Okay. So anyway, so they all come and then Kristen and Tom come last. Everybody in that room knows what's about to happen except for Sandoval and except for Kristen. So they come and sit down. Stassi is literally like, so you fucked Jax? And she was like, what are you talking about? That never happened. Oh, it happened, bitch. And literally was like, Jax, did that or did that not happen? And he's like, yeah, it happened. And she was like, yeah, you guys were sucking dick and cock while you were watching the movie Drive. Again, Drive did not ask for this. Drive literally was like, I'm driving away. I don't want any part of this. And basically was like, you guys totally boned. And you're a big fat fucking liar. And your girlfriend's a big ass liar. And you should really think about that and have this conversation. And she's like, that never happened. That never happened. And basically Stassi says that she's a dirty down whore and then backhands her across the face. Backhands her across the face, open-handed. Literally goes and smacks her. And she's like, Stassi? And then she ends up leaving and is like, oh my God, this never happened. This never happened. Deny. Okay. Big, stinky, dirty, gross denial all the way around. Okay. Over and over. Okay. So now that we've all got that down and packed, okay, we have come to understand that this was a real thing. They are not going to admit this yet, but we know, we are fully aware that this has happened, okay? We're all believing it. We all know that this is true. Jax just like, Stassi just has Jax's number. And so we are now fully on the page and fully aware that this is what 1000% happens. Okay, so now that we've got the whole Kristen and Tom situation down. Okay, we understand everything. We understand January, we understand February, and we understand how it happened. We understand that Drive is involved. We understand sucking dick and cock is a thing. Like, we get that, right? We're all on the same page. I've made sense. I have ADHD, so I probably bounced everywhere. But you guys get it, right? You like understand. Cool. Now let's add in Ariana. Okay, so now we have Ariana, and I don't mean Ariana Grande. Okay, Ariana Madix. Okay, Ariana Grande has enough fucking issues. She's like sucking sponge. She's banging SpongeBob, okay? She's got other things to worry about right now. She's wrecking homes, okay? She doesn't need Sandoval, okay? So now we've added Ariana into the playbook. Okay, so here's the thing. Ariana was actually in season 1. She was actually a background dancer in Sheena Shea's little dancing at the Roxy, like at the very end of the season. And so we knew her. She was like a cool girl. She was a vibe. Season 2, she comes in because she's a bartender at Villa Blanca. And she actually is really good friends with Sheena and Tom Sandoval. And they need another bartender, which I don't fucking believe. They basically, I think, can I tell you how I really feel? I think that Lisa Vanderpump knew this was like a whole fucking thing between the three of them, between Kristen and Sandoval and Ariana. And was like, I want to make good TV, so I'm bringing that shit over. Thanks a lot, Lisa Vanderpump. So Lisa brings Ariana over and is like, I need another woman bartender. And it's like, she's really good at her job. I'm going to bring her over. Brings her over. Kristen at first is like, oh my God, I love Ariana. She's so great. She's so wonderful. Liar. Sandoval's a liar. Okay, no, Kristen Doty's a goddamn liar. Actually, she hates Ariana, and she is full-blown convinced that they had a full-blown like cheating thing on their own, and she's very insecure about it. Well, no wonder why you're insecure, because you had your own little thing, you nasty. So anyway, so Ariana comes over, and Ariana basically is like, we did not do anything. We're not hiding anything. We're just best friends. Like, he's always been my best friend. He's always been there for me, and I just enjoy his company. He enjoys mine. We've worked together. That's it. Like, there's nothing else going on. Lies. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar on the show. Even the best characters like Ariana. Ariana, honestly, overall is a great person on the show. Very much a voice of reason. Calls people out left and right. We love Ariana. Even she's a liar. Okay, we're all liars on the show. If you're on the show, you're a liar. Even Lisa Vanderpump. Even Andy Cohen. Liars. All liars. Okay, so what actually happened was 3 years ago, supposedly. Facts. We don't really know the facts. We have to go off of what Ariana has told us current day as well. So basically about 3 years prior to this season, before the show started, they, as in Ariana and Sandoval, went to the Golden Nugget, which, according to Stassi Schroeder, is a garbage place to be going to Vegas. Okay? So went to the Golden Nugget, we're hanging out, having a good old vibe time, went into the pool and made out a little bit. That's it. Nothing else happened. No relationship, no background, like cheating scandals, nothing. All they did is kiss. They didn't have sex. Nothing else happened. That is it. according to Ariana. We don't really believe Tom. We don't believe anything Tom says. We only believe Ariana, okay? So that's basically what happened. But Ariana and Tom decide that they're going to not even admit that because they were like, we don't even want to deal with that because the whole restaurant will make a huge deal about it. And at the reunion, Tom basically says the reason why he never brought this up is because he was trying to protect Ariana. Now we know he didn't give two rats butts about Ariana for the last 10 years. Okay, so there's that. So that was a whole thing. Well, while Kristen was harassing Ariana to the point of mental breakdown, Ariana's dad passed away in August 15th of 2013. Ariana's dad died. Okay. So Ariana's dad died in August. That was a whole thing where Tom went to her house, was there for her, supported her. She was having a really hard time. It was a really bad moment in her life. Cut to that summer. Okay. So only 9 months after, basically, her dad died out of thin air. This wasn't something that came. He had a heart attack, I guess. It came out of nowhere. Kristen was harassing Ariana to a very extreme level that nobody should be harassing another human being, okay? About something that may or may not have happened 3 years prior, okay? Nothing even current day. 3 years prior this happened, okay? So while that's all happening, Kristen was boning her boyfriend's best friend. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, okay? But pretty much, this whole thing was a precursor to season 10, where the exact same thing pretty much friggin' happened. The only difference was instead of one kiss at the fucking Golden Nugget 3 years earlier, it was 7 months of a full-blown goddamn relationship. But we see this pattern of Tom Sandoval being a cheater, pumpkin eater, having no respect for the women that he's with, no matter how long they've been together, no matter how many scandals they've had with each other, no matter how many cheating, all blah, blah, blah. Tom Sandoval always makes the women look bad. Always makes the woman that he was in a relationship with look worse than him, even though his behavior is just as disgusting and gross. And I guess they cheated. We find out basically a year ago on Kristen's podcast that they basically cheated on each other all the goddamn time. It wasn't this one time thing that happened. This happened apparently all the time, which is wild. Okay. So then we cut to the season finale. Okay. Sheena and Shay, it's confusing, I know. Okay, don't worry about it. So Sheena and her fiance Shay, okay, they're having an engagement party at Sir, and they're having a big old thing. And Kristen and Tom basically take Stassi out, which is wow, have we not been here before? We've been here last year. Bring her outside and are we have to talk to you about something. And she was okay, and basically is I 1000% boned Jax. That actually did happen, and Tom knows about it. And Stassi's so wait a minute. She cheated on you with your best friend, and you're still gonna date her. You're still gonna spend time with her. You're still gonna stand behind her. And he was well, I don't know what you want from me. And act like a jackass, okay? So then they go back inside the party, and basically Sandoval is all riled up and all pissed off and all mad, finds Jax and is Jax, hey, I wonder what it feels like to have your face smashed in or blah, 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 blah. And basically comes at him and sucker punches him in the face. It wasn't a good punch, let's be real. It was a bitch punch, okay? And goes to punch him right in the face. And he's what? And then they go to start punching the shit out of each other and fight. In that fight, Sheena Shea gets glass in her foot. It was bad, okay? It was real bad. Her foot. She's basically a hypochondriac. Something bad's always goddamn happening to Sheena. So it just added to the fuel of that bullshit off in the corner. So that was a whole thing and a whole fight. So basically Sandoval blamed everything on Jax instead of blaming it on his girlfriend, who full-blown lied to him and cheated on him with his best friend. Okay, cool. So moving forward, back to will they, won't they break up? Will they, won't they break up? Would you break up? Yeah, we would do an Ariana. We'd be bye bitch, see you later. Nope, that did not happen. They stayed together for a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer. They literally did not. We didn't get a full-blown breakup bullshit until the reunion, where we find out in the reunion of that season that Ariana and Tom are actually fucking dating. Wild behavior, might I add. Wild behavior, okay? And then we already know what happens after that. Like James Kennedy, oh God. Anyway, okay. So then we have a scene of Jax and Sandoval on the beach. Okay, they're doing like a beach hangout or some shit like that on the beach. And Sandoval's basically like, lay it out for me. What the hell happened? And he's like, well, we were hanging out and all of a sudden she sucked my dick. Like, what do you want from me? And he's like,
the woman was like, too stunned to
speak. Did you use a condom? And he was like, one time. One time. There was more than one time, guys. There was more than one time. One of the times, no condom. So essentially, Tom and Jax are Eskimo sisters. Just saying. Disgusting. So that was like a whole disgusting conversation that happened. And like Stassi and Lisa Vanderpump are basically like, dude, like break up with her. Like, are you crazy? Like, why are you mad at Jax? You should be mad at Kristen. Like, Jax didn't ruin your life. Kristen ruined your life. Like, yeah, he's your friend and that's fucked up and you shouldn't have done that. But like your girlfriend is a liar. Like you're in a relationship with her. Break up with her. And so like that became like a whole conversation and a whole thing. It was a messy mess, you guys. Okay. And then as we know it, Kristen and Tom broke up. And then eventually Ariana and Tom get together. And then you already know the story about that. I don't need to tell you that story. If you want me to tell you that story, though, comment below and I will tell that story if you'd like to hear it. But season 2 basically was a precursor of bad shit behaviors, breakups, makeups, sucking dick and cock, and like crazy, messy. It only gets messier, you guys. But season 2 was just absolutely insane. So many gifts, so many memes, so many memorable moments, so many crazy things. Okay, we have like sitting on the beach talking about wearing condoms. We have punching in the face. We have Katie like getting belligerently drunk and being like, the whore in there. Like the whole thing was, season 2 is wild. I highly recommend watching season 2. It's probably my go-to season of Vanderpump Rules when I'm like really in a low space in my life. That's like exactly where I want to go and I want to be. Okay, so basically at the end of the day, everybody on the show is a cheater. Everybody's disgusting and horrible. I hope you liked this. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you'll come back. If you want to see this again, let me know. I think I'm going to start doing podcast episodes, video podcast episodes. So you guys let me know what you think. If you would like that, I'm happy to do it. It'll literally be me standing right here, sitting right here. Stop. It'll literally be me just sitting here like talking to you with shit in the background and my Christmas tree. Because I don't know, that's how I feel about my life. And remember guys, it's not about the pasta. Okay, it's not about the pasta. It is about the pasta. Let's be for real. But yeah, so I love you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this little tidbit of life and how everything was at the time of Vanderpump Rules. Season 3 gets really good. Season 3, there's a scene where Kristen comes back to basically get bills from Tom Sandoval in the apartment and dresses up to the nines with her tits out. That was really amazing and wonderful cinema, if you ask me. I'm happy that Ariana has moved on. I'm thinking about recapping Vanderpump Rules season 11 every episode, like recapping it here and telling you guys what I think and having like guests on to talk about it and things like that with my podcast, but like obviously a video version. I'm thinking about doing that. I think that'd be really fun and really cool. I don't know. I have so many thoughts and opinions. ADHD is wild. All right, you guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my podcast, I Hate the Internet podcast on Spotify, Apple, and other places, I think, too. And subscribe to me here. Okay, subscribe to me here. Let's have fun. You know you love me. Okay, you watch this. You're at the end. You might as well subscribe. What the hell is the point of coming all the way to the end to not subscribe to me? Okay? And also, you guys know when I do long format content, I always pick an emoji to see if you guys paid attention and are here and still hanging out with me. So because that's Vanderpump Rules, let's do an alcoholic beverage emoji. You pick. I don't even care. Martini, beer, whatever cocktail you want. Comment below and do a little cocktail emoji so I know that you made it all the way to the end. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.